To help me take a global view on this, let's bring in Global Affairs Analyst Calvin Dark from the United States. Good to have you join us.
Good to be here.
And I'm sure, I don't know if you followed my conversation with the former mayoral contestant in London, Nimzo Bungay. And when at the end of our conversation, I did say, I wished him, condolences. And then he repeated same saying, we are part of the Commonwealth. And so it sort of shows you that it is not just Britain that is mourning, that the world is actually mourning. And with the kind of tributes we've seen from world leaders who have referred to her as a much loved figure. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that one of the things that made Queen Elizabeth II unique is I can't think of another world leader that is that widely approved of and thought about for people that are in the UK and the Commonwealth, but also here in the United States. And so I think that her presence was unique, and I think to be able to replicate that, it's going to be a very big challenge for King Charles III.
And one of the challenges that he might likely face, and I want to get your thoughts on that as well, because you mentioned King Charles III, is the fact that he's been very used to this political interference, and that has been a problem really for the royal family. Issues around alternative medicine, issues around architecture, and even climate change. And I don't know if you remember, recently there was a report that he had made comments about the deal with Rwanda on asylum seekers. I just want to get your thoughts, how you think that will play out for him during his reign in terms of political interference.
Well, I think that what King Charles III is probably going to try to do, at least in the beginning, is replicate what his mother did of standing above politics, which will definitely mean that all these issues that he's been passionate about and has championed, he's not going to be able to speak out on those because they are inherently political issues, especially those that deal with budgets, if you're doing climate change legislation and all of that. But what I also think is that we're entering into a new chapter in the monarchy, what the monarchy means to the British people, to people around the world. And there's a part of me that thinks that the world is expecting it to change, that they will want to see a leader that stands for something. Now, like I said, that remains to be seen how King Charles III will balance that, or he could just choose to go strictly.
And I sorry to jump in because I have a few seconds left, and because you mentioned that the world is expecting this to change, and I wanted to bring this up because I know that there are some member nations of the Commonwealth that are advocating for the abolition of the monarchy. Do you think that now that the Queen has passed, that this will gain traction in the reign of King Charles?
I think it could. I think it's going to be a more pressing issue because I think the Queen was one of the things that held back a lot of the initiatives to abolish the monarchy. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but I do see it being an issue once King Charles III starts his reign.
And we'll see how that plays out. He will be proclaimed king tomorrow by the Accession Council. We'll see how things play out. Thank you so much for talking to us. Global Affairs Analyst Calvin Dark.
Thank you.